Welcome back to the Joy in the Dark podcast. I'm your host, Joy Felicity, and this is my co host, Sophie Isadora. And we're very excited to talk to you today about our ball prep. And today's episode is body, beauty, and ballroom.
So, the idea behind this episode comes from a place of the prep before the ball. What we do to prepare ourselves, mind, body, spirit, all those ways in which we make ourselves ball ready. And so it's something we wanted to share with you because if it's a practice or something that you'd like to do, or if you'd like to share your practices with us, something that you've done time and time again for events, we would love to hear those as well, because definitely balls are more of a marathon than a sprint for sure. You need to make sure you're prepared for a long evening, for dancing, for people watching, for all the things that come with going to a ball. You want to make sure that you are at your best and your peak performance in order to last the whole evening or the whole weekend for a lot of our events. So this episode touches on those things.
We're going to start right out with the long game. Okay. And that is the fitness that we do to prepare with this ball prep. And we start a couple of months before, usually anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks prior. We change the way we eat, we change the way we sleep, we change the way that we do our exercises. And these are not just to help us look snatched in our dresses and look great for the photos. All those are great side effects.
Absolutely.
We do this because you need a lot of stamina to do these events.
Yeah.
Um, I have done events that have 7 flights of stairs. And as a event coordinator, I will go up and down those stairs over 100 times. That's 700 flights of stairs.
A lot of stairs.
And if I'm not prepared for that, I'm not going to be able to make it. In addition to the flights of stairs, I'm having to do laps around the entire ballroom floor. I'm going backstage. I'm having to slide around into small spaces. The decor, the setup alone.
Yeah.
We have a team of people that help us, but we are right there getting our hands dirty,
Yeah.
draping tulle, lighting candles, going all around and making sure that everything looks just perfect before the event even starts.
Yeah.
And that process alone, the unloading the car and unloading all of the things that go in the green room, we have help, but it's also a lot for us. It's not only a marathon of running and stairs, it's heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And it's awkward positions, holding our arms up for long periods of time.
Yeah.
And
Where are the scissors? Yeah, a lot of
things
that.
like that. And so we don't just do it for the purpose of looking good in our dresses. We are doing it so that we can put on an amazing event for you.
Yeah.
And so the reason why we are in our t-shirt and workout clothes is because we want to talk about that. We want to talk about what we do personally and how we prepare for each event. Why don't you talk about what you do first with your exercise, Sophie?
So for exercise, something that I do that we don't do together, I'm a Peloton user, sometimes more often than not. I'll just put that out there. But definitely before a ball, it is time to start building that stamina, start building that endurance. And that is one of my go to ways that I prepare. I take my dog on walks. My husband and I take our dog on walks regularly, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening, because again, we are in the desert and it is summertime right now. So those are the preferred times to go. But we do a lot of exercising together as well. Joy and I are in a kickball league that we play in here in Las Vegas locally. And that's a once a week kind of, you know, high endurance and then resting and then high endurance and then resting, a lot of that, which kind of helps us to just have fun while we're exercising. I feel like that's kind of the cornerstone of a lot of our exercising that we do together. We do fun activities that are also good for our health and good for our bodies. We go roller skating regularly. We have a couple of roller skating rinks here in Las Vegas area. We also have come across a group that does roller skating that I think we're going to check out soon. That they go at a local park outside too. But the roller rink is where it's at in the summer. It's air conditioned. It's a lovely place. They have an adult night where, you know, you're not having to play, you know, bob and weave against, you know, children going the wrong way. It is a very fun and easy way to get some really good exercise in, and that's one of I think of our preferred exercises that we do.
Absolutely.
So
And it's fun. It's
it's
fun.
super
We
fun.
enjoy it. We Sophie has several different pairs of
I do.
skates.
I do.
She's got a great collection.
Yeah.
But it's also really cool to just see the other skates that other people have too, and
Yeah.
how fun it is just to watch them doing their little dance moves and
All the
things
different
like that.
styles. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
super fun time. You know, you can stop at the snack bar and, you know, get a water and sit and visit for a little while, like while your legs are resting, and then back out on the roller rink when you hear another favorite song that you like. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of good times. Nobody's ever mad roller skating. Like
Yeah.
you
Even if
kind of
you fall.
yeah, you can't kind of help but be in a good mood. So it's good for your just mental well-being, I think, as well. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Absolutely. My exercise routine is a little bit different. Throughout the year when it's not fall prep, I do a lot of Pilates, I do a lot of yoga. Just making sure I'm over 40. So the stretching is really important just for like health and well-being. But I take it up a notch and do a lot of military calisthenics. That really helps with the toning, that helps with the routine. I find that doing like 10 to 12 minutes of the military style
Mhm.
calisthenics help a lot. And I do elliptical, I do stairs, I do a lot of things that are getting me to prepare for this event in particular. And the stairs are really, really important for me because I notice that if I don't do the stairs, my knees start to have issues. I
Mhm.
start to feel like lethargic. And so I will just slowly, little by little, add a new flight every single day. I sometimes will do a Stairmaster. I will sometimes actually go to like some of the casinos and just go up and down the hotel staircases. I'm lucky to have that. Sometimes I take my exercise buddy, which is my daughter. She definitely is a lot faster than I am. So
Yes,
that keeps me on my toes to keep up with her.
for sure.
So it's that's a great way for me to get those stairs in. I also like to do a lot of walks as well. Walks is a low impact,
Mhm.
very good at getting some extra heart rate
Mhm.
increase, but in a low, easy way. Um, Another thing that I recently started doing was the shaking plates, the lymphatic
Oh, yeah, yeah.
shaking
I
plates.
got one too.
Yeah. So I think that I just started doing that, and that's kind of exciting. I wanna see how that goes
Yeah.
and how I feel with that, but that was, like, a new thing that I just started this time.
I've read, again, not sure if this is fake or not, but 20 minutes on the lymphatic
Lymphatic.
plate vibrating thing is equal to, I think, 100 sit ups. So I'm like, sit ups or 20 minutes on the plate. Like, I'm going to try the plate. So the jury is still out on that one. We'll let you know if that
Yeah, we'll let you
is fact or
know.
fiction.
Right. We're both doing the plate, so we'll both be able to tell you
Yeah.
how we feel on different sides of the coin.
Yeah. I like
It's
it.
definitely part of the new process. But as patrons going to the event, making sure that you are physically capable to dance, to
Yeah.
walk around. There will be some places to sit, but not a whole lot because we really want people to experience the immersive
Yeah.
atmosphere of the ball and simple things that you can do to keep your fitness up to date is important because it will make you feel good. You'll have endurance, you'll be able to have longevity for the evening
Yeah.
and look good in your outfits as well.
Yeah, and the big motivation behind it is just to make sure you're setting yourself up for success to have the best possible time that you can there. And I think when you put in a little bit of this prep work, it's going to make a big, big difference.
And we will never sit down
No,
when
God,
we are at this event. If you see us sitting down, something's wrong.
something is wrong. We have injured
Yeah.
ourselves, or yeah, that
Yeah.
you will never see us sitting.
So it's important for us specifically to really stay on our feet the entire night. We talked about a few episodes ago footwear
Hmm.
and the importance of wearing comfortable things on your feet. Packing an extra pair of flats or flip flops or
Hmm.
something that you need to have to be able to put on if you're not going to do well with your heels
Right.
that you anticipated to take pictures in. um, I find that your feet are going to be your biggest asset or your biggest enemy.
Yeah.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of you is not going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And so making sure that you have the right kind of footwear. I try to do things that have memory foam or some kind of support.
Yeah.
There's lots of options, as we mentioned last time, of things that looked good, even though they have extra things that we're adding to it. So, fitness is important. It's important to us to make this event for you. And we hope that you are also taking into consideration some of your fitness avenues so that you're prepared to enjoy a full weekend,
Yeah.
not even just the ball. I mean, it is all weekend that we have things going on.
Yeah, it's very much like it, at least for us, and I think even as a guest, it's like preparing for a 5K. It
Yeah.
is, and if you haven't seen Joy in action before at an event, she will say something, and if you turn to look away for 1 second, she's gone. Like, she is moving so fast. And so when she brought up the footwear just a minute ago, it could not be truer. Based on my experience, I have worn heels to these events, and I cannot catch Joy, and she knows I'm following her, and I still can't catch her. So it is so crucial to just be kind of self-aware with, for me, I am no longer wearing heels a lot of the time because the necessity to move quickly and efficiently and with coordination is very important. Nobody wants to see a woman in a ball gown fall down. So it's important. So um, it's very similar, kind of just making sure you're setting yourself up again for success and y prepare yourself. Yeah,
And setting realistic goals.
yeah,
Don't be like, okay, I'm going to start doing 500 flights of stairs today, or I'm going to start doing, the Peloton for 1 hour today, and you haven't done any of that
and it's
prior.
the week before the
Yeah,
ball,
no, no,
like,
no. You need
yeah, don't do that to yourself,
start
please.
prepping as soon as you can and do realistic expectations for yourself. Don't start doing things that you've never done before a week before the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lean into it early on, have a plan.
Baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. Perfect.
I wanted to touch a little bit about, the necessity, and we kind of did already, but what goes into setting up the ball, the setting up the green room, going to Costco to get the supplies to set up the green room, setting up the decorations, climbing ladders, waiting for somebody to hand you scissors, or zip ties, or any of the variety of things that we use as our like little secrets behind the trade to decorate. There is so much that goes into it. And Joy and I say we don't sit down during the ball, but Joy and I don't even sit down before the ball. Like
Like the whole
the whole
weekend.
day, the whole
The whole
weekend,
weekend.
we are functioning like on full capacity until we get home. And usually that is very late in the evening or very early in the morning, depending on how you choose to look at it. And then, and then getting up and starting it all over, setting up for the next day. So it is very much a go, 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 nonstop train ride, like the whole time. Like we're a freight train, just. And so coming from us and having to function at that capacity, we wanted to just kind of share the things that we do. And even though as a ball attendee, it's not nearly at that level or needs to be at that level, but it just gives you kind of some helpful things that you can do in order to have the best time that you possibly can there. And that's what we want.
And that also brings us to the next level of the fitness is our nutrition and hydration leading up to the event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We really try to strive to eat better. Again, in that 8 to 10 week period. And that's not only just to help us look good in our outfits, but it also is like fuel for our body.
Yeah.
And I use the MyFitnessPal to track
Mm.
my metrics. So I want to know like what my macros are, my calorie intake, my protein intake. I do pay for my service with MyFitnessPal because I want to be able to see what I'm missing, what I'm not missing. I also like the function that I can like scan barcodes with the paid
Okay.
one. So like if I'm at a restaurant and I want to, eat something that's on their restaurant, I can search for it, Olive Garden salad, and it'll tell me all of the nutritional value that's in that salad.
Mm-hmm.
I can add it with ease. The journaling really helps
Mm-hmm.
with your
Accountability.
accountability.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it lets you know, like, oh, you you
You
shouldn't
went
have,
over.
yeah, you
Yeah.
went over. You need to watch that. You
Yeah.
need to be careful. And portion control is
Yeah.
important. It's okay to have some special things from time to time. That's fine. But make sure that you like portion it out. Have a piece of the chocolate. Don't have the whole bar.
Yeah.
Have a cup of the popcorn. Don't have the whole bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things like that. And making little changes like cauliflower crust pizza
Yes.
instead of regular pizza,
Yes.
doing things like that that just alternate the way that you eat can just make you feel better. And that's really a big reason why we do this diet as well, is that we want to make sure that we are feeling as good as we can. And food is a very important part of how you feel.
Yeah.
um we lower a lot of the carbohydrates, a lot of the gluten, because those things are inflammatory. And so we want to make sure that we're, looking the best that we can. It also affects the way your skin looks and the way
Mm-hmm.
that you sweat. And all of those things are to prepare us for the night of, when we are running around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
want to be sweating, you know,
And
and
greeting you. Yeah, because
yes,
we don't want that for you or us.
I I cannot specify how important diet and exercise is in a daily basis, but when you're gearing up to run an event or an attend event,
Yeah,
you want to make sure that you're at the best physical fitness that you can be at
yeah.
that moment because it will really make a difference, and it will also really reflect your experience.
Mhm.
When you feel good and you can participate in activities and
Yeah,
not have to sit out and watch everybody else, that is a lovely feeling,
yeah.
but also knowing your limits.
Mhm, mhm.
Sit down if you need to sit down,
Yeah,
take a break, get some air outside. Take care of yourself and listen to your body and try to really focus on what you're trying to accomplish
yeah.
from the outcome of your diet and exercise.
Yeah. And I think the thing with the nutrition too to touch on is, when you're working out and trying to build that stamina, you want to eat better too. And those two kind of just go hand in hand. So it helps you feel better when you're exercising. It helps you feel better when you are making healthier choices with what you're eating. And those just kind of go so nicely together. They just do. And I feel like it keeps you motivated to continue both sides of it too.
Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Yes.
Hydrate.
Mhm.
Water is important, okay? But also making sure that you're getting some electrolytes in there too.
Yeah.
I personally like body armor. That's my go-to for electrolytes. I try to have like at least half of one every day.
Okay.
I look for the lower calorie ones or the, no sugar added. I don't want to add a lot of extra, things into my diet that I don't need. The thing I like about body armor in specific is it's made with coconut water and it has antioxidants put into it, vitamins, minerals, and it just tastes, I think it tastes lovely.
Mhm.
I find that that helps me a lot with my fitness journey, having that good balance of water and
Yeah.
electrolytes, making sure that, especially here in Las Vegas, your sweat just wicks away. So you
You
never
don't even realize
yeah,
it.
you don't
Yeah.
even know if you're, like, dehydrated or not because your body just,
Yeah.
uh, gets rid of the sweat, which
Mhm.
is nice from, like, a girl point,
Yeah.
but
100%.
it means you have to drink a
It does.
lot of water, more water, than you think you need.
Yeah.
I suggest finding, like I like these cups. I tell myself, "Okay, Joy, you've gotta go through 5 of these cups a day."
Mhm.
So I'm gonna drink 5 of these cups a day in addition to my eating of ice consumption, which is my vice. Um, but that's important. That allows me to track how much water I've consumed in the day.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you use like water bottles or like just regular cups, you can't really track that the same
Right.
unless you have a designated water bottle, like a reusable water bottle that is the same like the cup. You're
Yeah.
going through it. I found that straws work best for me. I don't like to dump water that way. So I always try to find cups that have a straw. I like Starbucks cups. So I'll always have a Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
That's a great way to track your water
Mhm.
and hydration during the weekend of the event is also very
Huge.
important.
Huge.
Very
Yeah.
important. Not only is it important for the obvious reasons of keeping hydrated, but it also helps with your skin,
Yeah.
making sure that your skin is nice and moisturized. It helps with your hair. It helps with the whole process.
Mm.
And coming up, our Midsummer Night's Dream Ball, that's going to be in St. Louis, Missouri, and
Mhm.
it is very humid there. So making sure you stay on top of that hydration is
Yeah.
also really, really important.
We were just talking about this earlier, how thirsty the both of us were
Oh my
when we were there
gosh.
last. Just could not get enough water. I was just, why am I so thirsty? And then Joy was like, well, it's humid here. And I was like, I didn't even like, wasn't even thinking about it, but I was dying of thirst the whole time. So it's definitely, if you're not familiar with the area, take these words of advice. Hydrating, so important, so important.
We are going to take a quick break
Yes.
and we're going to talk to you about one of our favorite places here in Las Vegas. And we want to have you share some of your favorite places as well. So leave a comment on a place that you've been to in your city, and we may feature it on one of our episodes. We'll be right back after this.
If you're looking for a coffee shop that feels like Halloween all year long, you have to visit Horror Vibes Coffee. Tucked away in Las Vegas, this horror-inspired cafe is a sanctuary for lovers of the macabre, where every corner is filled with eerie decor, iconic horror memorabilia, and enough spooky atmosphere to make Halloween feel eternal. Whether you're beginning your day or seeking refuge from the desert sun, Horror Vibes Coffee offers a delightfully dark escape with handcrafted coffee, specialty drinks, and treats that are as fun as they are delicious. It's the perfect place to gather with fellow horror fans, discover your new favorite seasonal drink, snap a few hauntingly good photos, and immerse yourself in an atmosphere where the spooky season never truly ends. So the next time you find yourself in Las Vegas, step inside Horror Vibes Coffee and embrace the darkness.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed our little location that we enjoy going to so often. The next segment of this episode is going to be based off of the beauty aspect of the ball prep.
Yes, yes.
Sophie, why don't you go ahead and talk to us a little bit about some of your skincare routines
Oh,
prior to the ball?
yes. So skincare. This goes hand in hand with prepping for the ball. So, we said, mind, body, and spirit. And part of preparing your body, making sure you're putting the right things in it, but also making sure you're prepping your skin. A lot of the time, we're doing extravagant makeup, extravagant fantasy things with our appearance. And we want to make sure that we have a good canvas to start from. And so, taking care of our skin is super, super important. That starts with hydrating and making sure that you are providing the skin with enough moisture so it stays lovely. But there are some products that I use that I wanted to share just as things that I have found helpful, things that I have found useful, and that feel really good and make you feel lovely and makes your skin feel so cared for. So the first one is an essence hydrant. And I didn't know that I even needed a product that was called Essence until I kind of did a deep dive into Korean beauty care. And one of the steps in that process was using Essence. And I was like, what is Essence? And now that I have found what it is, I still don't know what it is, but I will never not have this in my step of my skincare routine. After you've washed your face and after you've done a toner, this is your next step. And it's from Pharmacy. It's called Honey Milk Hydrating Essence with chamomile and ceramides. I have an app that I use on my phone that my husband found from somebody at work, and it is called Puka, Puka. Not Puka. I'll double check what it is, but it is an app where you can scan items to check on the health of that item. So if it is, I believe, an 80% or above, it's rated as a good product. It uses clean chemicals. Yucca, not puka. Pukas are shells. Yucca, Yuka, is the app. Download the app. It's amazing. I'm not getting paid by them to say to use it, but you will not ever not use it once you have it and once you've seen what you can do with it. You just scan the product and it will tell you how good it is for you. If it is rated as a bad product, it will give you recommendations for good products. So it is super useful. But that is, so Pharmacy is this hydrating essence and it is rated a clean product. I believe I got it at Ulta. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. It's just nice. It's light. It's refreshing and moisturizing. Can't say enough good things about this. Another product that I've been using for a long, long time, and once I find something that works well, I continue using it. I never take it out of my routine. And this is a vitamin C serum by Mad Hippie. Amazing stuff. At one time, I had to buy it direct from the source, but I believe they carry it now at Ulta as well. Great, great stuff. I use it probably every other day as a part of my skincare routine. Feels lovely on the skin. Also rated a clean product. Good, good stuff. The last, but not least, is one of my favorite things to use is eye patches. And if you haven't used eye patches before, they're great. They come with a little applicator and they come with two little patches for your eyes. And you just place them. I have my glasses on. I'm going to have you sample kind of how to
Oh,
do them. So you place one patch under each eye. If you haven't used these before, most of you out there have used those, men and women alike. And they just provide a nice little moisturizing, cooling effect to your under eyes. These specific ones are by Tony Moly. These are available at Ulta as well. These are pumpkins. So these are the retinol eye patches, but you can get them with a lot of different ingredients that are saturated into these patches. Some are very hydrating, some are moisturizing, some are plumping, like these ones are. They are lovely, lovely, lovely things. These ones are one of my favorite. I highly recommend them. They're great when you are prepping. Early in the day for your evening ahead. It's just a nice little kind of spa day for yourself. That's really low maintenance. Like you can just put them on and forget about them. And they have a really good hold to them. So you don't have to worry about them slipping off your face while you're, maybe preparing your ball gown or preparing all of your accessories and laying everything out. These are kind of a just set it and forget it. And then you have beautiful hydrated under eyes that just make for amazing makeup later.
and definitely, definitely think about starting your under eye
Mhm,
care early
mhm,
on, not
mhm,
just like the day before,
mhm.
because they have a long effect. Like the more you use them, the more you're gonna see the tightening under the eyes, the
Yep.
less puffiness, the fine lines start to go away. They're kind of like a miracle under eye.
Yeah.
And on the weekend of the ball, these are great little things to use to kind of just calm things down, help bring a little bit of life back to your eyes. The under eyes are often a skin area that we ignore and we
Yeah,
don't
and
spend a lot of
it's
time.
and it's an area that definitely shouldn't be ignored. It's very thin skin there, it's very sensitive skin there, and making sure you are doing what's necessary to keep your under eyes looking great is, so important. So, highly recommend this.
Yeah, and I will let you know in the next 20 minutes how they're
Ah!
feeling. And I am the guinea pig for this episode for the under eye.
Yes, yes, you didn't know that you were going to be,
No.
but yes.
Another thing that I want to kind of talk about is facials.
Mhm.
Facials are a great thing to do leading up to the ball, but we need to remember the cardinal rule. Do not get a facial within 5 to 7 days before the event
Yeah.
because what happens is there's a lot of things that are impurities that are coming out of your
Mhm.
skin, exfoliants, extractions, things like that.
Yeah.
And they sometimes leave some spaces behind.
Right.
It's important to make sure that you get like your moisturizing essence, some moisturizing creams, some things that will kind of help repair some of
Mhm.
that like extraction and exfoliants that's coming out.
Mhm.
Um, Facials are very important, and if you can do them at home or you can go
Yeah.
to an esthetician to do them, they're great for your skin. They're going to help your makeup stay on better. They're going to make your skin look like they're glowing.
Mhm.
There's so many different types of facials, depending on your skin type, what exactly you're trying to get out of a facial.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can do at home in terms of like home masks.
Yep.
There's a lot of masks that are available that you can either make yourself using special, products like avocado
Uh-huh.
or honey, things like that, or you can buy them. All over the
Yeah.
place.
No shortage.
Yes, and, masks are really important because they kind of reset your face.
Yeah.
They give you a little extra that your normal daily routine don't provide for
Yep.
you,
Mhm.
and it's just a really great, pick me up to jumpstart
Makes you
your.
feel good. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially when you can do it with a friend and, watch a show on
Mhm.
TV or talk on the phone or just do something um as a bonding experience. Sophie and I like to go to a day spa once in a
Mhm.
while, and it's fun to just sit there and kind of be pampered and enjoy the amenities and
Yeah.
then have great skin afterwards.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
we're all
plus.
for it.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. Let's get into hair care.
Yes.
I'm gonna have you start that.
Yes. I have a lot going on into my hair care. A little bit different than most people. I don't dye my hair, so I don't have to put that into like my planning of making the hair appointments or going in and making sure that my color is matching my roots or things like that. I don't dye my hair. But most people do. So when the time comes, Sophie will talk a little bit about that.
Mhm.
Um, I think that it's very important for you to figure out the type of style that you want to do for your hair and then making sure that you're doing the appropriate things to get your hair to that position.
Mhm.
A lot of times when you wash your hair the day of, that's not always a good thing
Yep.
because that curling iron is not going to take really well to that very
That
smooth.
fresh.
Right.
Yeah.
The straightener is not going to be as responsive to very clean hair as
Yep.
opposed to the natural oils that come. It's going to respond better um to hair that maybe is a day or two
Yes.
from wash. It's important for you to figure out what exactly you want to do in terms of, are you going to go get your hair done?
Yeah.
Are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to wear a wig? Are you going to have a headdress? Are you going to
Mhm.
do this? Are you going to do that? And the hair care that goes into that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
How often do you wash your hair? What kind of hair masks do you use? I use hair masks. I find them to be very good for my scalp health. They help my hair grow faster. I think that hair masks are really important for keeping my grays. I don't have any grays right now.
Mm.
Like my ends are very moisturized. Therefore, my hair grows really long and fast because I have no split ends at the bottom. And I think a lot of that is the hair care that I do. I don't have any magical products that I can definitely recommend. I kind of do a lot of different things and see what works for me. One of the things that I have used in the past, and I know that Sophie uses that sometimes too, is castor oil.
Yeah.
I think that really, you can put castor oil on your lashes, you put it on your
Eyebrows. Yep.
eyebrows, you can put it in your hair. I use a castor oil mask for my hair, usually every other week. I have some like coconut oil that I put into that
That's
too.
that one I can
And
attest
it
to.
helps, especially living here in the desert. Those
Yeah.
things really help and they help my hair like hold its products when I put them in. So if I use like the dry shampoo for prep or hair spray for my prep for the ball, all of those hair masks, castor oil, things like that that I've done the week prior, it just prepares my hair and it's ready for my hair
Mhm.
to receive all of the things that it's going to go through. And that's always different for each person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like depending on your hair's needs, you know your hair better than anyone else, and you know kind of what to expect with what it's going to do. But these are kind of some things that we have done or that we do in order to kind of compensate for those heavy styling weekends. You know, we put our hair through a lot. So when we do those weekends, you know, it's important to prepare your hair for that. And it's also important to take care of your hair after the fact. And Joy had mentioned coconut oil. Huge, huge fan of coconut oil. I am an actual, Joy does not dye her hair. I do. I'm a natural brunette. Um, but I've been blonde probably, gosh, 15 years,
I
something
never
like that. I've been
together
blonde a long
blonde.
time. It's my longest relationship is with my blonde hair. So it's one of those things that, and that's where I found that coconut oil being so essential because, you know, the bleaching and getting the highlights, your hair does dry out and you want it to maintain healthy. You don't want your hair to look like straw. For those of you who get your hair dyed, like, you know what I'm talking about, or your hair bleached. You want to make sure to maintain that healthy, beautiful hair that you've just spent all this money on. So, you know, making sure you go and get it trimmed regularly, making sure you know, space out your appointments for your hair's needs and making sure you just take care of it. Coconut oil, hands down, is the best mask that, in my opinion. Castor oil is great too, but I like the smell of the coconut oil
Oh,
better.
yeah. I
So,
mix it.
yeah.
Mix them together.
I didn't even
I
think of
mix
that.
them together because then you have the coconut oil
Best of both
essence.
worlds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I mix
that's
them.
true. Because castor oil is so thick, but
Yeah.
God, it's so good for you.
Mhm.
So good for you.
Mhm. Mhm.
I am a firm believer of keeping your natural oils in your hair. Joy and I are very different on this topic. Joy, I think, washes her hair every day, every
Every
other
other
day.
day. Yep.
I wash my hair. You won't probably believe this, or you'll wonder, like, you or have things to say about it. But I have trained my hair now to where I wash it about once a week. For a long time, I did it probably twice a week. And then I slowly, it's a process. It's not something I suggest doing from, if you're a day to day washer, do not wait a week. Your hair will be flat and heavy and oily, but it's because your hair is used to compensating for the oils being stripped out of it every day because you're an everyday washer. So I have like weaned mine slowly over several years, several years. This is not even a thing that happens within like months, but several years. Now I'm to the point where it's about a week that I can do it. But also, truth be told, after I would say probably day 3 or day 4, you'll find my hair up in a bun those last couple of days. Like, it's just more manageable, but I also like to have my hair off of my face too. So I would say, I don't know, 60% of the time that you see me, my hair's probably in a bun ish.
Every time I see you, your hair looks great. So
Thank you.
whether it's in a bun or whether it's down, you would not have guessed that
Yeah.
you only wash your hair once a week
Yeah.
because it looks
No.
clean every
Yeah.
time.
It is. It's
It
clean.
does look
It's for
clean.
sure
It
clean.
does look clean. And I have heard that. Like
Yeah.
if you do these purges of the
Yeah.
washes, it's going to be better for the longevity of your
Yeah.
hair. I'm sure that the dye stays in your hair a lot
It does.
longer. Like the products that you use are going
Mhm.
to respond better to
They
it.
last a lot longer
Yeah.
because you're only using, like, after, you know, you go through the washing, the conditioning, the moisturizing, you're done, you know, that you're done with that process for a whole week. But I cannot stress enough, it takes time. Like, I can't stress that part enough. It takes time. It has been years that it has taken me to get to that point. And maybe that was just my hair. Like, maybe that's just what took that long. But I used to be an everyday washer too. And then I realized with, you know, bleaching my hair and having the blonde rather than my natural hair color, the need for keeping that moisture in became so much more important because we've all seen the over dyed, over bleached hair, and it's not if that's your look, that's great for you, but it was not working for me. So, um, I am a firm believer in the no washing, but, um, yeah,
I have a little secret. I mean, it's not a secret. Anytime you talk to me and you talk about my hair, which you all
it's a
know,
topic. She's got long, beautiful,
yeah,
like, beautiful hair.
it's long. So my secret with my long hair is I don't dye it and I don't do heat very often.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say never because once in a while I will have at it with a crimper or I will blow dry my hair on an even rare occasion. But it does happen. So I won't say never, but I mean, we're talking less than once a year.
Oh, wow.
So I really don't do heat in my hair. But my secret is I take prenatals.
Ah,
And
I've heard that.
prenatals, I use a specific kind. It's called Ritual. It looks really cool. They're like these little golden pills that look like they have like swirling,
Ooh,
like,
they're like magic.
yes, they look like magic pills. And I did start taking those when I was pregnant,
Mhm.
and I found that they were very gentle on my tummy. They didn't like cause me any issues, but they were great for my skin. They were
Yeah.
great for my nails, and I noticed my hair was growing faster.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, maybe it's just like the hormones of being pregnant. Your hair tends to grow
Yeah.
faster that way. And I talked to my doctor and I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to replace my prenatals with like a multivitamin. What do you recommend?" And she was like, "You should just keep taking prenatals. There's nothing in prenatals that cause you to have any issues. They are the most complete multivitamin that you can have.
Okay.
They provide a lot of extra nutrients that regular multivitamins don't have. Men can also take them.
Oh, wow.
It does not give you estrogen. It is not like providing anything weird to your breasts or your hips or anything like that.
I
So,
see.
men can also take prenatals. You will not get pregnant on prenatals. Okay. That is something that a lot of people have asked me, which I find that to be hilarious, but whatever. You will not get pregnant. You do not need to be pregnant to take prenatals. If you are a man, you can take prenatals. If you want long, luscious hair, that is one of my secrets. It's
It's a good one.
important for you to find what works for you. Ritual is what works for me best. I think that I've been using it for years and I cut my hair regularly and my hair is long all the time. You will never not see me with long hair, even if I cut it shorter than normal.
Even if she cuts it, it's still longer than most people's hair.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And she cuts like inches off
Yeah.
at a
Sometimes
time.
feet.
Yeah.
Sometimes feet.
Yeah. And
And
it's,
I just went actually right before our Lovecraft show to a local spot, which we will
mm,
debut later on in one of our episodes. It's called Goth Salon.
yeah.
And my friend Tracy is the owner and she does an amazing job with hair. They took such good care of me. I went in, and normally when I get my hair cut, and I mean, this has been happening for 20 years,
Yeah.
okay? I have to stand up to have my hair cut. Okay, I have to stand up. I have never sat down to have my hair cut in
Oh,
20 years. Even at the most beautiful salons where you're paying $400 for a haircut,
oh
I
gosh.
still have to stand. These girls sat on the ground and cut my hair.
Aw.
And I cried. I was like, I can't believe this. Nobody's ever done this for me in my life. And they took such good care of me. They cut off 8 inches from my hair. My hair is still long and
Yeah.
you would never even know. But
I think that weren't they astounded at the fact that it was virgin hair?
yeah,
They were like, ah,
yeah. Virgin hair,
virgin
never been
hair.
dyed, doesn't have heat. Like, you know, very, very pure things that I put in my hair.
I love it.
Yeah, so they were excited about that. And was pleased that I had that experience. So we will definitely showcase the goth salon
Yeah.
on one of our
Maybe have
episodes.
Tracy in
Yeah,
on an
come
episode.
in.
Yeah.
That's right. We're excited to share our friends and their businesses in town, and that's a big reason why we do our little segment.
Yeah.
And we definitely, as this keeps going, will be having guests come on
Hmm.
and talk. And we are excited about getting ready for the ball and getting camera ready. 'Cause
Getting camera.
that's the other big part of this.
So it's very much the reason we chose to talk about being camera ready in this particular episode is because it really does go hand in hand with that fitness kind of piece that we were talking about. Posing is probably one of the most underrated workouts. If you've never done a photo shoot, even like a photo shoot on your own at home, um, this may not resonate with you. But if you have, just even the smallest one, even if you were just doing headshots, because we all know when we're doing photos, we sit a little differently, we sit up a little straighter. Um, and you found yourself sore like a couple days later, it's because posing, in my opinion, is truly an underrated
Yeah.
workout. You,
Especially for long
oh
shoots.
my
I mean,
gosh, yes.
you're having to hold that position.
Yeah.
We were just talking to someone today about like she's having some feet issues and she is concerned about not being able to wear heels or things like
Hmm.
that. And then I was telling her you will be able to wear heels, but you're gonna have to favor the other
Strengthen some
foot.
other muscles. Yeah.
So like keeping balanced on one leg while you have your other leg arched up. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a whole nother realm of yoga
Yeah.
that like we don't
Yeah.
even touch base on,
Yeah.
the posing that you have to do. And even when you go to a ball, there's so many places to take pictures
Yes. Yes.
and you're not going to just be like, hands
No.
aside. No, you're going to be turning your
Dynamic. Yeah.
head. You're going to
Yeah.
be arching, hands up, arms up.
Yep.
You got wings on. You're going to be like dipping down so you can see the wings.
Yeah.
Lots of weird, funky movements
Hmm.
and getting ready to take pictures.
Hmm.
Practice at home. Take pictures. Have your friend come over and take pictures of you in your outfit so you
Hmm.
know the way that you're going to be contorting
Yeah.
and moving,
Yeah.
and that will be helpful for you to understand.
I like looking on Pinterest too and like kind of having in my head some ideas of poses I want to do too. I think that's helpful because sometimes we just go blank. I feel like too.
Oh,
Like you're like, I
definitely.
don't know what to do with my hands.
Hand
Like,
on the hip,
right, right.
and then you got this hand.
And then you're like, what do I do with it? So, doing your homework and like taking a look at some fun photos that you are inspired by, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's like a really good practice to do, especially for like content creators looking at some other ideas that get you out of your normal poses, your go-to poses that you do, and just kind of like expanding from that. And so kind of just like I said, doing your homework and preparing for that, you'd be surprised like the amazing photos that you have in there locked with inside you that you just haven't let out yet. So,
We will try to get a link of some suggested fantasy
oh
poses,
yeah.
and we can try to get that and put that in the comments so you can see that.
Yeah.
Just so that you also are ready. Sophie and I have both been models in our life, and so we've had a little bit of extra training on that area. We know what it's like to have to come in and, be ethereal or be fierce or
Yeah.
whatever that may
Yeah.
be, and these like Pinterest boards and things like that will help you in that area so that you're able to kind of have some ideas of what you want to do and you're ready for those weird contorting and
Mhm.
things not to do, make elongating your neck so that you don't have the double chin. The angles are important.
Angles. Yeah. Lighting.
Lighting is important.
Yeah.
We'll have lots of lighting at the event.
Yes.
Lots of ring lights have been purchased. We
Yeah.
have a lot of, very beautiful areas. Um, but camera ready is very important because
Mhm.
you want to capture those memories
Yeah.
and you want to look your best and feel your best and just have something to look back on for years to come.
Mhm. Mhm. One thing we're going to talk about kind of just our last little bit of what we do to prepare, like we're preparing right now to go to St. Louis. So the little preparation, like packing tips, we're going to touch on that before we close out this episode. But I wanted to make sure, we talked about being ball ready, being, kind of a mind, body, spirit kind of thing. And one of the things that I think goes, that can't not be discussed is kind of pre ball rituals in a way. For some people, that's just listening to music. For some people, that is taking a quiet moment and maybe meditating. But it is kind of one of those things that just gets your mind and your spirit kind of just in that space that you're getting ready to go out and have a wonderful time and visit with friends and see amazing, beautiful performances. And I think it's one of those things that maybe isn't talked about always with, prepping for an event of some kind, but taking that quiet moment for yourself. I know Joy and I, when we're getting ready, Joy is a big fan of music, and there's never not a time that I think music is playing in our hotel room when we're out on the road, which is lovely because she kind of just takes the role as DJ. But when I'm at home and I'm kind of like mentally preparing for things, I'll do just some short meditations. I'll use an app called Insight Timer. Great app. It's a free app. And you can meditate to a guided meditation. You can meditate to music, and you could set a timer and you could do like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes for you experts out there. So it's just a really nice way to kind of just set the tone for your evening, I think, or your day or whatever event that you're going to. I think we would be, to not cover this subject would be kind of a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and in making sure that you're setting your intentions
Mhm.
and you're creating the space for you to have a positive
Mhm.
experience is really important to just get your mind ready and your mindset. And meditation 100% is important. It's important even if you're not doing ball prep.
Yeah.
But specifically when you're going into something that's going to be, fast moving, high pace,
Overwhelming in some cases.
overwhelming in
Yeah.
some cases. In our situation, it's high stress. Meditation is important for us to just kind of be ready
Yeah.
to go and to have our head clear and to kind of shake out all of the things that are kind of boggling around. There's other opportunities for people to incorporate some stretching into their
Mhm. Yeah.
meditation. Some people do some nice naps to kind of
Yeah.
reset.
I'm a fan of naps, you
Yeah,
notice.
naps are good if you can squeeze a nap in before the ball. It's a great way to just kind of calm your body down and get you ready for a long night of fun and adventure.
Mhm.
You know, getting that place where you feel good about um your your experience.
Yeah.
Getting to that point where you're gonna be ready to enjoy whatever comes ahead.
So let's talk. It's game time. It is ball weekend. We are packing our bags. We're getting ready to go. What are some of your things that you do not travel without? As far as obviously
Oh
your
yeah.
costumes, your accessories, all those things. But what are those non-negotiables that you bring with you that you're not bringing to the ball with you, but you're bringing because it's a travel essential?
So I'm a traveler. I'm a wanderlust. If you know me, you know that. I'm always on the move. Um My dear husband is so sweet for putting up with all my wild travel. I usually like to leave the country at least once a year. I used to leave the country all the
All the
time.
time.
Now that I have a family and a baby and a, husband, I don't leave the country as often. But I have had some influential travel people in my life who have told me some little tricks and trades of things to do when I travel. The first thing that I do is I bring my own pillow and I bring a little blanket. And I really try hard to fit all of that in, even when I am just traveling in a carry on size. I can roll that little feather pillow up real small,
Yeah.
and the blanket I just hold on me on the plane. Um, that helps me be comfortable. I know that no matter what the bed situation is like, at least my head, which is the thing that needs to be the most comfortable,
Hmm.
is going to be set up and ready to go for the
Right.
night.
Right.
It's a familiar smell, it's a familiar texture, it's going to be something that's going to help me. And since I travel so much, I have a designated travel pillow. That's not the pillow that I keep on my bed every day. It's a pillow that I take with me. And when I get back, I throw it into the washing machine, the whole pillow and all, in case I have any
Oh
hitchhikers
yeah.
from, third world countries or, Oklahoma.
Or the days in like
Yeah.
across, like
Yeah. So my pillow goes into the washing machine as soon as I get home. Same with the blanket. I always make sure that I bring an extra bag, like a plastic bag or grocery bag or something to put my dirty clothes in
yep.
so that I'm able to like keep everything separate and I'm organized. Another thing that I always bring with me is a mirror. I try to bring a little foldable mirror that I can just slip in because you never know what your lighting situation is. You never know if the bathroom is not going to have a vanity and you're going to have to like look at some mirror that's way high up.
Yeah.
When you're putting your makeup on, having that little portable mirror, if it has a light on it, even better.
Mm.
Very good. Another thing that I always go with me is I have earbuds, um, like the little um squishy kind, not the kind that play music. I have like earbuds that I put in to help with the sound. I have a sound machine, which is on my phone. At my home, I have like an actual big old block sound machine from Sharper Image,
Uh-huh.
and it plays like a fan sound. So it's not like a crazy, intrusive sound. Some people like to listen to the water, some people like to listen to rain. I use a fan. It sounds like a fan.
It's rhythmic, it's
Yep.
relaxing. Yeah.
And I use that because you never know what's going to happen. I heard you were talking about a story about a team in the World Cup
Oh my
that
gosh.
was like, yeah, tell it.
So if you're watching the World Cup, by the time this airs, the World Cup will probably be over and the US would have won. Um, we're hoping. But the Mexico Ecuador game and was earlier this week, and the game was in Mexico City, if I'm not mistaken. And the people of Mexico found out where the players from Ecuador were staying, and they took out an all out noise revolution on the team from Ecuador, and had loud music playing all night and cars revving and all the things. And Mexico ended up winning the next game the next day. And I'm sure it had to do with not getting sleep. So
Yeah, get your sleep. That's part of
get your
ball prep
sleep.
too.
You can't win without the sleep.
But ear things to put in your ear, whether they're AirPods or
Mm-hmm.
earbuds,
Mm-hmm.
very important. And I think a sound machine is a real great thing to have. When you're traveling, when you're at home, you don't hear the creepy, creaks in your house that
Right.
you're like, there's a ghost here. Let the ghost be there. You can coexist, and a sound machine will allow that to happen a lot easier.
Yes.
So those are things that I travel with. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna bring to a ball. I'm looking at safety pins and bobby pins, zip ties,
Yeah,
super important.
always.
I like to pack my costuming in bags, like Ziploc bags,
Hmm.
and if you can do the vacuum seal, I think
Yes.
Sophie.
I just invested in some. We haven't
Yeah,
tried them out yet, but
I get like the extra large, not the freezer gallon size. They're extra large, so they're like 2.5 gallon size
oh,
Ziploc
okay.
bags. They sell them at all the grocery stores, and that works in a pinch. If you
Okay.
don't have a vacuum seal
Okay.
bag, I can fit a full princess ball gown in there,
Okay.
and I sit on it, the air goes
Uh,
out, and there I got it. I've got the ball gown that would be taking up the entire
the whole
suitcase in
suitcase.
a tiny sliver.
Yeah.
So it's important.
We'll let you
Um,
know how those space saving bags work that
yeah,
vacuum
yeah.
out once we try them. But yeah, that's something we're trying for this next trip. So we'll
Are
see.
there any little things that you bring when you travel?
Yeah. So these space saving bags we're going to try out, but until those come, I try to be very organized when I'm packing in order to alleviate the pressure of looking for things in the moment. So I brought one of my prepared bags, but I will use Ziploc bags as well, especially for my accessories. And I will go through with a Sharpie and I will label each bag and I will put all the accessories for that particular dress or for that particular event in the bag. So I am not searching and rifling through my suitcase to find them later. It's where it's at. And then, when I come back, ideally, they'd like to go back into this bag. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, but the event has already happened. I've already worn them. So if they don't land back in the bag, it's okay. It's not a big thing. And then I can reorganize them once I get home. This is a huge, huge time saver for me. The other thing that I always like to bring with me is a portable steamer. That is because I do not like to iron. I am bad at it. I never get the wrinkles out. I can never figure out the temperatures. So, my go to is a steamer for getting out those last minute wrinkles that may happen when you are packing or when you're traveling. So, I bring one of those with me, and I feel like it is such a huge asset to have. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And it just makes the difference. If you are someone who is not afraid of the iron, like I am, you usually can have you usually find an iron in most hotel rooms, and that's great, and I love that for you. You are definitely not challenged like I am, but the travel steamer is definitely like one of my top picks for sure. Yep.
The other thing that's very important with traveling is making sure that you have luggage that you're comfortable with. Okay. I think that 360s wheels are very important. You can glide through the airport with a carry on and a full size suitcase with ease.
Yeah.
It makes your travel a lot easier, especially if you're, having to go in elevators or, even stairs. Like the lightweight 360s are the way to go. Making sure that when you travel, you pack what you need and you plan ahead. Put every outfit that you're going to wear, put every accessory to your ball that you're going to wear.
Hmm.
Make checklists,
Checklist, huge
sign
checklist. Yeah.
sign them, cross them off every time that you finish something.
Hmm.
And it's
Hmm.
those are the ways that you don't forget your gloves and have to ask Sophie to
Yes.
borrow.
Yes. I will always have some for you to borrow.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode today. Again, this is Joy in the Dark podcast. You can follow us on our social medias. I'm Joy in the Dark.
The
The
Sophie Isadora.
Yes, and our company is Joy in the Dark Productions, and we look forward to seeing you at our next episode. Take care.
Bye.